Hey everybody, this is Dr. Joe Borio with this week's Health Kick. And what I want to talk about today is a serious topic. Certainly it's cancer, it's colon cancer or intestinal problems that can lead into cancer. We keep hearing about reflux and Barrett's esophagitis, if some of you guys maybe have heard of that, or you get chronic acidic burning down in the base of your esophagus, or stomach and digestive issues, which can involve constipation. We're talking Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. We're talking about bloating, gassy type issues, all of it. And we got to realize they're all related. You know, one isn't separate from another one. They're all dealing with really your gastrointestinal system. What is it? Go outside, look at a garden hose, because that's what your gut basically is. It's got a couple of out pouches, like one being your stomach and duodenum and so forth. But the reality is, you know, from here to, well, you know what I'm talking about. From here to there, it's nothing but a garden hose. It's a big tube that's all coiled up that goes down through you. Now, what the heck is the point of it? Well, it is really a system to extract fuel and nutrients. We're going to extract fuel and nutrients from what you put in your mouth. Okay? Now, I certainly emphasize that because my first question is, what type of fuel are you choosing to put in your mouth? Sometimes that's as simple as it is. You know, when we start putting in Coca-Cola and cigarettes and potato chips and white flour and white sugar and dead food. I mean, let's just call it that. I mean, I guess sometimes when I talk nutrition in the office, people say to me, geez, Dr. Joe, don't take that away from me. You don't want me to eat anything. Well, it's not that I don't want you to eat anything. You got to understand something. Your body is designed to eat or work off certain fuel. Let me give you an example. If you run a car and the car runs on gasoline and you mistakenly put diesel fuel in your car's not going to run that well. I mean, if you put leaded versus unleaded, it's going to throw your car off. Now, if you go in there and you put kerosene in your car, it's even going to run worse. It won't even run. If you start throwing water or dirt or mud in the engine, it's not going to run at all. You know, so you go to the mechanic and say, I don't know what the hell's the matter with my car. It's running lousy. It's hesitating. It's sputtering. It's spittering. It's just not working right. It's got no power. It's got no energy. You know, the mechanic says, well, holy crap, you got diesel, kerosene, and mud in there. You know, what the hell do you expect? All you got to do is put what it essentially runs on, and it'll run fine. So we got to get back to that. So the question is the food that you're putting in your mouth dead or alive? Dead or alive? That's a great question. What's a live food? Like an apple, an orange, a pear, a banana, salads, which are lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers, and peppers. And, those are the things, many of the things that we're meant to live on. But if you're taking, a Big Mac, if you're, and I don't mean to just beat on McDonald's, but if you're just taking food that's just dead, processed junk, and, that's white flour, that's different types of meats that are dead and cooked, obviously, and seasoned and smoked. If you're taking different types of fruits and vegetables that have been processed and killed by the heat process, and then loaded with corn syrup and so forth, I mean, your body's going to get sick. And then you start putting all different types of junk in your body. I mean, your body is going to what? How's your body going to let you know that your garden hose, your gastrointestinal system is sick? Well, hell, it's going to start refusing the food that you're putting in you. So that means it's going to give you heartburn, it's going to give you gas, it's going to give you bloating issues. It's going to say, look, I can't work on what you're putting in me anymore. And over chronic, constant irritation of the system, what will happen is the lining of your stomach, it's very similar to the lining of the inside of your mouth. It's called a mucosal membrane. It makes mucus, and it's very permeable, so it allows the flow of fluids and minerals and nutrients back and forth very easily. And it starts to get irritated, and chronic irritation of the mucosal lining develops into cancer. So colon cancer is the direct result of how we eat. Now, I hear this whole thing about genetics. And listen, I will not deny that there is a gene or genes when it comes to any type of cancer that people can list or carry that will say in scientific terms, may say that they're more prone, that group, that genetic code, that group of people tend to be more prone to breast cancer or to colon cancer or any type of cancer. I don't deny their existence at all, but here's what we also have to realize. The majority of people that have those genetic codes don't develop the cancer, and there's a whole bunch of people that don't have that genetic code that get that cancer. So we got to get this genetic thing out of our head. Listen, if you get colon cancer, or you're worried about getting colon cancer because your mother and your father had it and your uncle had it, well, chances are you eat the same way as your uncle and your mother and your father. That's why you're getting it. It's not genetic. It's familial because you're doing the same stupid things, no disrespect against anybody's family member, that everybody else in the family's doing. So I'm eating the same junk that my parents ate, so now of course I'm more prone to get it. You know, how do you make those changes? First thing, you know, it seems monumental for some people. Eat a living food every meal. So if you're smoking a cigarette and having a donut and a cup of coffee, go for it, but add an apple, add a banana, add a pear, add a salad at lunch, add another salad for dinner. You know, start adding living food. You don't have to take anything away. And for some people that say to me in my office, hey, Dr. Joe, I don't care what you say, I'm not going to quit this. I'm not going to stop my soda. I'm not going to stop smoking. You know what? Then let's not argue about it. Cut it off the list. Fine, I'll never bring it up again. But what can we talk about? Can we talk about these 5 things? Well, let's talk at least about these 5 then. One thing we have to be on is a probiotic. Those are the healthy bugs that are in our gut. Why are they important? Well, a lot of the foods you eat, believe it or not, have antibiotics in them. So just by eating foods, you're killing the good bacteria. So you have to replenish the good bacteria by taking a probiotic. We have a great one in the office. Certainly, I'd strongly recommend you get something of that quality, whether you get it from me or not, that's fine. And then the other one is a multivitamin, multi-mineral antioxidant. So you want your vitamin to be food-based. We talked about that last week. You want it to have minerals in it, and you want to have it include antioxidants. And that's basically what you need to put inside your body on a regular basis, okay? Then you add a living food with every meal. Then you're adding a lot of water throughout the day. And what's going to happen is the colon's going to start to function better. Then what you want to do is, if you take flour, remember doing this in elementary school? If you take flour and water and you take newspaper, you make paper mache. That's bad for the colon, and that's one of the things that leads to a lot of colon cancer, unhealthy colon, is that white flour on buns and breads and pastas and different things we eat. So I'm not saying never have it, guys. I'm saying you can't eat it every day. You know, have it once or twice a week. All right, we can live with that. But you start having that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I got a patient of mine, he's eating Burger King 3 times a day. He's having their breakfast. Then he's an older guy, lives by himself, so he has their breakfast, he has their lunch, and he has their dinner. And his cholesterol's through the roof. He's heavy. It's just like Super Size Me with the McDonald's one. I mean, it's not rocket science here. Okay, now on top of that, you need a good nerve supply, which is where chiropractors come in. We want to look down the spine. If you're having great nutrition, if you're eating just the way you're supposed to, but your spine is crooked, what are you doing to those nerves? You're pressing on it, so the messages and data that go to the duodenum or to the pancreas or to the gallbladder don't get there, and those organs don't work as well. I mean, do you honestly think your gallbladder was only meant to last 35 years and it was supposed to quit on you? Or the duodenum was? Or different body parts were only meant to, the appendix, it doesn't have a reason to live anymore. I mean, this is ridiculous. And this is the system we've been brought up in to actually, we're made to believe that that's true. It's nothing could be further from the truth. Your teeth are meant to last your whole lifetime. Guess what? So is every organ in your body. I mean, I still have them all. I'm 40, it's almost 46 years old. I still got all my organs. And newsflash, I plan on carrying these organs with me till the end. Nobody's going to take these babies out because I'm going to take good care of them. And that's what we all need to do. So, guys, it's been Dr. Joe Borio. Remember, what do we got to do? We got to exercise. We got to eat well, which we talked about today. We got to drink a lot of water. We got to get a lot of good sleep, right? We have to talk good to ourselves. So what we're saying inside here has a direct effect on how healthy we're going to be. So we got to do some good self-talk. And remember, you, your mother, your father, your kids, your grandkids, everybody in your life, your cousins, your aunts, and so forth, everybody needs to be under regular chiropractic care. Keep the messages flowing from here down, out to the organs, and back up, allowing your body to function just the way it's supposed to be. Remember, stay healthy and have a great week. I can't wait to talk to you guys next week.